Hello, awesome people. I hope you're having a great day today. Today we're taking a look at 1935's The Moaning Lily by Emma Vane. It was published in 1935 Wonder Stories pulp magazine for you folks. It's the final short story in this collection, Evil Roots, that we've been doing a deep dive into for you folks. This is pretty fun. It's only 10 pages long. It took me last night probably about 15-20 minutes for me to read it pretty quickly. So I knocked it out pretty quickly. It says here in the preamble that this is a pretty rare short story for you folks, and therefore it might not be online. I haven't looked yet. I'll look before I publish this. If I can find it for you online, since it's 1935, it's past its copyright date, and so I'll link you to that. I'll also link you to this collection we've been doing a deep dive into for you folks. But anyway, so that's Emma Vane's The Moaning Lily. So let's get started. As a reminder, before I start my review, all my reviews are spoiler free. So that way, in case you've never heard of The Moaning Lily by Emma Vane, or Emma Vane as a writer, you can go ahead and not be spoiled and get your things wet. So basically what's happening, we'll find out very early that our point of view character is this older gentleman who graduated from some high quality schools. And he had a really great friend from college that he's kept out of touch with for a while. And he runs into him, super smart, super bright, super intelligent, who has turned into a botanist. And he comes across him at a botany show with these great looking hybrid plants. He said he introduces himself with his friend. They talk about the plants and so forth. And then he says he's going to Brazil and going to go find and bring back a beautiful Brazilian flowers that haven't been seen yet. So he's going to go on this quest, the person that he hasn't talked with, right, but used to be in touch with when he was in college. And that's about 4 pages in. So then the rest of the short story will be about, what he finds and so forth, and of course. As a reminder, this is a horror short story with attributes of botanical aspects, like a killer plant, a man-eating plant, an evil poison, toxic poison, that sort of thing. So anyway, this is a killer plant that has added in aspects like of a botanical nature, like a killer plant or a man-eating tree and so forth, from this collection. So that we've been doing a deep dive into. I came across this concept from an episode of Monstrum on PBS's subchannel, Storied, which has on YouTube, which has a lot of interesting educational aspects to it. There was an episode, which I'll link to you in the comments below, about evil plants and where they came from. And the first short story that she mentions and has a little bit of a deep dive into is Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's The American Steal, which I've already reviewed for you, and it's in this collection too, and I found it online. And then the next short story was The Man-Eating Tree. I've reviewed that for you, found that for you online too. It's not in this collection. The third short story, Louise H. Hooper's short story, I'll have to go find it. It's pretty rare, and I could not find it online, but I could find it in this collection. So that's why I bought the collection, and I said ever since we'll just do a deep dive into this collection for you folks. So that's where we came up with this. Also as a reminder, the title of my channel, The Worst Thing About New Books, comes from a famous quote by a French philosopher called Jacques Joubert, who said that the worst thing about new books was that they kept us from reading the old ones. And so a 1935 short story that was published during the pulp era and has been largely forgotten and is being brought back to our attention is definitely the sort of thing that is canon for my channel. That's sort of where I get my passion from, is finding these older things. We're going back and rereading things I haven't read in decades, that sort of thing. So there you are. I'll go ahead and leave you to it. That is The Moaning Lily by Miss Vane. So what did you think about it? Did you enjoy it? Have you read it? Have you heard of her or read anything else by her? Let's talk about it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, why not hit that subscribe button? There's going to be a lot more of these to follow. And then finally, I want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and investing it and watching my video. We all have so many things that are happening in our lives, and we're pulled in so many different directions. So the fact that you spent this time with me is incredibly humbling, and I appreciate it. So thanks again, and have an amazing day.